it was 2-2. It was a point apiece. And we spoke about this on the preview show. We said that Ange Postecoglou and Spurs should be happy with a point at the Emirates because, I mean, obviously, Arsenal are, let's be honest, a superior side to Spurs. Spurs are still a side in massive transition, even though they've had a great start to the season. And this was their first big test of the season under Ange. And to get a point from that, and to get a convincing point from that, I felt, to come back from a goal behind twice and to get a point was a very, very good result for them.
Yeah, great result for them. And I think, like you said, to come back twice against Arsenal is great. And especially to come away with a point with the way they played in that first 30, 35 minutes, because they had a nervy start. You could see the pressure on them. You could see that they knew that this was their first big test of the Premier League. There were a couple of nervy situations where they came away from it fairly well. And I think a great point, some great goals. Some great goalkeeping. It was 2-2, but it could have very easily been 4-4.
Yeah, we have to give a shout out to both Guillermo Vicario for Spurs and David Raya for Arsenal. Vicario making some great saves, but David Raya also. Now that was another talking point that we had in the preview show. We don't know what we're going to call that preview show yet. We should figure out a name. But on the live stream, we spoke about how Arteta spoke about rotating the two keepers that he has at his disposal because they're both supposedly number one keepers, right? So how do you manage a situation where you have two elite level goalkeepers at the club? And he said that there is going to be a time when managers start substituting keepers in the middle of games, as you do with outfield positions, which is bullshit, and we both agree.
All of that is bullshit. I think he was saying that he's going to rotate between the keepers only to help Ramsdale keep face. Exactly. But like I said in the preview, Ramsdale has definitely been demoted to the cup keeper role, and I think deservedly so. I think Raya is the better keeper. He showed it in this game.
Yeah.
And I think we've discussed this many times that if you want to compete for a title, you need to have a top-notch number one.
Yeah.
I don't think Ramsdale is that. I think David Raya could be that.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, and David Raya made that fantastic save from, I think, Brendan Johnson it was, who also
a couple of them.
Yeah, who Brendan Johnson, of course, making his full Spurs debut, playing in the number 9 role, which is an interesting one from Postecoglou. But there was a shot where the cameras panned to Aaron Ramsdale sitting on the bench and applauding the save from David Raya. And Jamie Carragher had something interesting to say about that. Jamie Carragher said that it was like when an actor misses out on winning an Oscar and then applauds the winner. That's what it felt like. And Aaron Ramsdale's dad did not like that. And he said to Jamie Carragher on Twitter to show some class because his son already had.
You know, his son only shows class for... I feel like Ramsdale's a camera goalkeeper. Everything he does is for the camera. I remember even last season, there was some game that Arsenal won 3-1.
Yeah.
But then Ramsdale was being really irritated with himself and, how could I miss the clean sheet, and was very disappointed. That's because the cameras were on him. He loves showing off for the camera. I think that is one of the things that's annoying about him. And I'm sure he knew that, every time that Raya makes a good save, the camera is going to look for my reaction. So I agree with Carragher. He must have had that poised. He must have... I can imagine Ramsdale standing in front of the mirror and doing that "I'm proud of you" beta clap, checking which profile works better. Or kaam dhanda to hai nahi uske paas.
But to be fair, that clap did look like it was rehearsed. No, it wasn't like a very natural clap. It was a very like, okay, cool. Like it was a very chutia sort of clap. So I
poised
get
for the camera.
Yeah, I get exactly where Carragher's coming from. You feel like that was his training routine. You know, you remember that episode from Friends where Joey is about to get an award, but he loses, and the camera's
gracious on him loser.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what Ramsdale did in training leading up to this game. While David Raya was working on his shot stopping and distribution, Aaron Ramsdale was in a corner just with the Arsenal media team just being like, okay, this profile, ऐसे clap करूँ, ऐसे clap करूँ. That was his training regime for this week.
And I just want to say, I hope that this puts to bed the question of who is England's number one keeper. Right. Because for some reason, that's always been a debate. And I think Pickford is by far the superior keeper.
Yeah.
And now that Aaron Ramsdale's not Arsenal's number one, I see absolutely no reason why he should even be in contention to be England's number one.
Yeah, absolutely. The annoying bit is I think Pickford plays really well when he's playing for England, but not really at that level when he's playing for Everton. So that's not a great thing for you.
No, I feel like Pickford is the only reason we've survived the last 2 seasons. And I think what makes a big, big difference is that when he's playing for England, he has a good defensive line plus Harry Maguire and a good midfielder in there. So I think it helps to have 10 superior players in front of you.